Tom, what are you drinking there?
Oh, just a little Diet Coke.
Diet Coke.
It's the thing that Brooke got me
RFK
on.
RFKJ says no good.
I mean,
Yeah.
look, should I would it be good for Diet Coke to get banned? Probably.
Tom, you're gonna need to update to a classier 0 calorie drink.
Is
What
Diet
to
Coke 0 calorie or
Coke
is it just zero
Zero?
sugar?
No, or the Spindrift
Hmm.
in a martini glass.
Wait, but is Diet Coke 0 calorie? I don't think so. Is it?
I think it's either 0 or 10.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Tastes like ass.
Previously on Unranked.
So I got something this week.
Oh boy.
This is how we're gonna learn whether or not Tom listens to this episode right now. You ready
Oh,
for this?
God.
He's not going to listen to this.
I know,
Do you
but
want
this
to
is
take
the
bets on
guarantee.
this? Because I
This is
use
the
a guarantee he's not going to listen.
No, this is the guarantee.
Oh,
This is how I'm gonna know whether or
I'm
not
sorry.
Tom
okay.
listens to this because
Uh, yeah.
dude, these are good.
Dude,
These
there's
are
no way he's listening to
really
this.
good.
Dun, dun, dun.
Tom, what was I talking about that I
There's no
removed?
fucking
my
way
audio
that
from?
there's no fucking way Tom listens.
The Spindrift?
No.
No,
But he'll
dude.
find out. He'll find out during the episode, I have a feeling, Alex, because it should naturally come up. I would assume.
Yeah, yeah.
One would assume.
One would.
Hello and welcome to the 466th. Tom is nervous now. He's like, "What is this?"
I'm just really taken aback, taken off guard.
It is the
roll
466th
with it.
episode of the Unranked podcast. I'm Christian Humes here with Alex Tuna Marinello.
Hello.
And you missed him last week, but he's here today. It's the greatest of Toms, the great Brit Tom Caswell.
Hello.
Well, what's with
Uh,
the painful eyes?
you do look a little like tired or high.
I'll tell you this
or,
right now.
Or
Well,
like
I am
drunk.
that. I am
Okay,
that
there it is.
for sure. But
We're gonna have Tom at the top of his game for everybody tonight.
it's been a week, It's just been a week to be alive, if I'm being honest.
Every day is a week.
So I think this has just been one of those weeks. Who knows?
You don't look good.
Who knows how? I don't look good.
Jesus,
I love it.
the
I love
hair
it.
game's pretty good though. Look at that coif he's
No,
got.
it's not. It's fucked
He's got
up
the
a little bit.
Superman.
No, he doesn't have the Superman. The Superman
you
would
don't
be like
think?
it would be down here in the front. The hair is like very actually. Yeah, it's not. No,
There it is.
Yeah.
Okay, you're
Now
right.
look,
It was-
see, he doesn't even know what to do with it. It's one side is long,
this
the other
always my
side is
problem.
short. This is shit.
If I could afford it, and it was convenient, I would
Also,
get a
why are
haircut
your-
every week,
Why are your headphones like half on, half off? What is going on here?
so I can hear the outside world
Why do you need to hear the outside world?
in case Brooke needs something or the dog is
There's no,
whining.
no. We're doing a podcast. There's no time
I'm
for
not
outside
saying.
influence.
I'm not saying to go do something else. I'm saying like if Zuko is whining, I can.
Well,
I know to mute it. I know to try and shush him.
well.
When
Yeah.
Alex records, if his daughter
Also-
needs something, she is on her own.
Also,
Yeah.
the other thing is I'm not honestly a fan of like the removal of exterior sounds. Like I don't like how little I can like. I usually have my headphones. Like I'll put the I won't have the noise canceling on.
Oh, that's crazy. I
So
gotta
I
put that on.
don't. Some it depends on the situation, obviously. But
If I'm in the
yeah.
grocery store, it's going on.
It's that thing of like
Yeah.
the
Well, going in.
like I need a fan to sleep. Like I need
Same.
a little something. I need sound.
Same.
I need
So,
the
like,
bed jet.
that's on our registry, by the way, Chris. We put it on the old
But
registry.
registry. You explicitly told us
Yeah.
in the invite
Yeah.
that you want quiche. So
Yes.
what the fuck why
Yeah.
do you have a registry?
So this is
And
this
don't
is the
expect
big-
a lot of quiche because I'm flying in for an expensive bachelor party and I'm flying in for a wedding and Teresa's flying in for a
Woo!
wedding and getting 2 hotels.
Woo!
So, I mean,
Woo!
this is
Wow.
this is an expensive
Whoa.
month ahead.
Whoa.
Yes. Yes,
This is
it
the most. This I mean, I'm just letting it be known. This
There
is
it
the
is.
most money I'm spending on just going to a bachelor party wedding combo between
Wow.
everyone. I would say this is the equivalent
And wait,
to this.
and
I'm gonna spend as much money here as I spent on yours and both my brother's weddings combined, probably.
and he right, and he went to my traditional wedding, right?
Well, he
And
didn't go to your wedding.
no,
Oh,
you,
I went to your wedding.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah,
you,
yeah.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah,
you
yeah.
did have a traditional wedding. That's true.
Yeah, 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 yeah. But Tom's not traditional, more
That's
expensive.
true. That's true. That's true. Yeah, but that you
Well,
know
I
what?
mean, he'd
That
have to
bachelor party is gonna
fly.
be fun.
Yeah, I mean, the only way it would be more affordable is if I guess we'd had it
Yeah.
in California, if we'd made it out to LA.
Well, no, everything is just more expensive now, too, is the other
Oh,
thing.
sure.
You know,
Oh,
everything is
oh,
just
oh,
no,
all
it's true
right.
though. Like everything,
Yeah.
everything is just more expensive, you know?
Yeah. It's funny that there is so much tertiary cost to the wedding, but the wedding itself is actually really affordable, comparative to what we were looking at spending initially.
Yeah.
And then we just cut so much stuff. It's made everything a lot easier. But
That's
I do,
why we just went to
yeah.
Instant Marriage LA.com and then we went to Chili's.
Yeah.
You know?
Mhm,
Yep.
mhm.
Should have just done that.
It's a good idea.
No, because the whole reason that there are things that you can buy in the registry is because of, I have been told, the bridal shower, which Brooke's
Sure.
family insists on throwing for her, and
Mhm.
like the gifts were meant to go to that, but people have gifted. It's a whole thing,
hmm
and I've let it go.
You're talking to
I've let it
someone who,
go.
yeah, I mean, bridal showers are like that's a thing that people do.
I know.
Oh, okay.
Brooke, but yeah. Anyway, we're not
All
gonna
right.
get into that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Too deep.
Yeah.
Forget that this is for
There's
other people.
too many parties and celebrations surrounding the thing that's supposed to be a party and a celebration.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, but the bridal shower, that's always been a thing.
Yeah.
What I don't get is the baby shower for like kid number 4.
Sure.
Like kid number 1, fine, right?
Sure.
I mean, if you want to have a baby, we didn't because there was like superstitious stuff. But anyway, people who
If you want to have a baby shower, just to clarify, because you cut yourself off and you just said, if you want to have a baby, we didn't.
Oh, well, there you go. Um, but yeah, I'm not a fan of the baby shower for uh kid number 3, 4,
Yeah.
5.
I feel like in general, most people I know, which isn't many, I know very few people actually that have more than one child, but the ones
Yeah.
that do, when they had the second kid, it was a very big difference between the announcement of that
Huge.
child
Oh yeah.
and their second one. The first
Oh, big
child, it
time.
was, there's circumstances around it. People want to try and like have a fun way of telling you. And then the second
Yeah.
child, it was just kind of like you get a text like, hey, we're having a kid. Oh, okay, cool.
Mhm. Yeah.
It's like, yeah, you did that already once. That's fine. I
Yep.
got it. We know what that's like.
Mm-hmm.
Big deal for some, maybe not
Yeah.
for others. Guys, this is a podcast where we talk about video games, and traditionally what we do is we talk about the Pokemon of that week's episode's number. So this is the 466th
Yeah.
episode of the podcast, which means talking about
I-
the 466 Pokemon.
That's
Right.
funny.
Who is Electrivire?
That was good. That was good.
My cousin, Electrivire. That's real good.
So I'm curious, Alex, because if I recall correctly,
Christian.
I was Magmar guy. You were an Electabuzz guy.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
you had Charizard. You weren't going to use the fire type. And I had
Right.
Blastoise, and I was like,
Mm.
Magmar. Once I get my Magmar, that's
Mm.
my fire type in that game.
Mm-hmm.
How do you feel about this Pokemon? Because I don't have as big of a connection to Electabuzz.
No, I don't. You know what's really funny? I was looking at the picture of it, and I was like, because I've never used it, because it's to get it, you have to trade holding an Electrizer, Electrizer,
No, he'll get there.
Electrizer,
Yeah, Electrizer.
Electrizer. So that was not happening. I think the only time I got this Pokemon, maybe it was in Legend Arceus. Maybe I got this Pokemon. Anyway, I mean, it's kind of cool. Like, it's fine. I get like the things on its back are like wires.
Yeah, they're like power cords. I think
Yeah,
that's
but
pretty
they're,
cool.
ooh,
Oh, you don't like it?
it's a little like tentacle fetish weirdness.
Oh. I mean, there's only two.
Yeah,
It
it's
is
a little
weird
too.
that it's
It's the
on
same
there.
thing with his baby like his baby form. It's like two on the nose.
Oh, Electric
Like
Kid.
Sure.
like the
Yeah, like
baby is
kid, yeah.
literally a plug, and like his back is the socket for that plug plus wires.
Sure.
And
I
I just
like
think it's
the
all
little
right.
Tesla coil giraffe horns.
You know, Musk has totally tainted the word Tesla for me, so I
Sure.
just don't even like hearing
Sure.
that word.
Okay, fine. The two
Oh, can't watch The Prestige ever again.
electromagnetic
Which sucks. That's a
I
good
love
movie.
that film.
coils. The two
That film
electricity coils. There you go.
is quite the film.
That is a really good film.
Yeah.
Not his best, but it's up there.
It's up there.
No, but it's
up
it's
there.
fucking up there. I'm
I-
wondering how. All right, we
What's
won't
the
go on that
best?
much of a
What's the best
tangent.
Nolan? Dude,
I-
quick, done. What?
Interstellar.
Off the top of your dome.
Yeah,
I agree.
Interstellar is the best.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I love that. I love that not one
We never
one of
we
us.
never have
I
a
love that
unanimous
no-
movie opinion.
No,
I
that
love that
is
not
That never
one of us was
happens.
an Inception weirdo.
no. If anything,
I mean, I like that
Inception is
movie, but-
mid of Nolan for me. Mid of Nolan.
I
I've
would have
never actually did a
gone.
list, so I
Are we
can't say,
doing
but I
Nolan
like
after
it.
Miyazaki? Is that what's happening?
No, I wouldn't even gone to
Tom.
Inception. I would have gone to Memento.
Wait, Tom has a good idea.
Oh,
Memento.
Memento would have been my number
Momentum. I don't know. Maybe Prestige would be my two.
oh yeah. Okay, fine. Yeah, Prestige number two. Memento's up there. Dark Knight's up there. Inception, I don't
I'm
think
actually really
cracks-
split on which Batman's my favorite because I think I might like Batman
it's
Begins
Dark
more than
Knight.
Dark Knight.
Dude, Inception might not crack my top five.
That's what I'm saying. I think Inception is actually one of it. I fucking cannot stand Tenet. That movie.
Never seen it.
Oh, you know what? I never put
drove
myself
me
through it
nuts.
because I don't know anyone that said anything good about it, and I do know there
Yeah.
are people that do, but I don't personally know anyone that's
Yeah.
said anything good about it. So like,
The
I
one
just
person-
I don't want it to taint the films
like
I've
the
seen.
one person I know who likes that movie, I know also has mental health issues. Like
Yeah,
that's
there we
the
go.
one.
I mean, we all do,
person-
Tom.
I mean, we
We all
do.
do.
Oh, look at me.
Yeah.
we fucking do.
I see it.
We got
Yeah,
the
well,
issues,
yeah, we
man.
don't trust me. We see it.
But we are staying true to ourselves in the face of fucking
Everything.
Armageddon.
Let's keep it light. Let's keep it light.
Anyway.
Electrivire. I'm gonna say this. He's a tough looking motherfucker. I'm
Yeah.
almost surprised that he's not
beefy.
electric
I like
fighting.
How beefy
Like
he is.
he's got the
Shit.
he's got the gun arms that what's his face in Mission Impossible has. He looks like he's got to like reload his
Oh
arms
yeah,
to punch. You know,
yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
those are good. Tuna, tell us about its name.
Sure.
Hold on, Tom was going to speak.
I was just gonna say, out of all of these Gen 1, third
Additions.
stages, this is on the higher end for me. I think that's what I was gonna say.
I could see that.
So, Electrivire may be a
Yes.
combination of electric or electricity and wire, referring to its cord-like tails, or live wire.
Oh,
Who knew?
that's cool.
Mhm.
That's pretty cool.
Mhm.
So let's see what the Pokedex has to say about this Pokemon. Legends Arceus says its evolution was induced by an unusual item, and its electrical output rises along with its heart rate. From its tails, it can unleash an electric current measuring 20,000 volts, which those wires are its tails, because Electabuzz had like the one tail, and now it's like striped. So now it's almost like it uncoiled and he has two tails. Is essentially kind of what they went. I think they could have made it look more tail-like, maybe, but pretty good.
Yeah.
Let's put it on the list. Let's put it on the board. Tom, last week, I think Alex and I said the same thing that you just said about this, that so far, this was last week, we had the evolution to Tangela, which was single stage Pokemon. And that became the best of the new evolution editions
Yeah,
from
I
the
just
original.
looked at the list actually. I think where you put Tangrowth is probably, I think I might have put it a bit higher, but like Lot Bunny might have been um my barrier there. So I wouldn't have put it much higher. And I think that this is not far away from that.
Hmm.
No, but
I don't know if it's above or below. I might put it right below. But anyway.
I would put it at. I'm just gonna throw a number out there.
Yeah.
I would put this around 35, above Snover, below
Oh.
Munchlax. It's a strong Pokemon. Like I'm just thinking, like keeping
Yeah.
like it's a third stage Pokemon. It's also useful in game. So if we're not just talking design wise,
Hmm.
That is definitely boosting it a little. I do agree with Tuna. I don't like the tentacles.
okay.
I feel like if you remove those, it'd be a cleaner design. Like if it was, I think that is what bums me out about this run, even the ones that I kind of like, is like it's the old design, but it's like new sensibilities on top of it, and like
Yeah, a little bit.
it's a modernizing, right? It was bringing them in line that looks in line with how Pokemon look
Some of them
in
are kind
that
of ugly.
generation.
Like some of them have been really ugly to the point that I almost feel like the Pokemon company got so annoyed with people asking for evolutions to these old Pokemon that they said, "Here, you
Yeah.
asked for them. Here they are,
Yeah.
fuckos." Like, it was like a very monkey's
Yeah.
paw moment.
Oh, it's 100% is, because if you had told me Gen, as we were climbing up in the gens, is like, oh, Magmar and Electabuzz, they're gonna get evolutions. I'd be
Hmm.
like, fuck yeah, those
I mean, that
Pokemon
was
rule.
that was the thing for me, and that is part of what I like about it because it's not bad. He at least is strong, and
Yeah.
if you remember, it was a single stage Pokemon, and then in the second gen, they were like, "Hey guys, we know people love Electabuzz and Magmar. They're these cool single stage Pokemon. You can only get one in each game. We got something for you." And they
It's a
give us
big deal, man.
pre evolutions is what they gave us, and it's like this is not what we
Yeah,
asked for.
baby
This is the
Pokemon.
opposite of
Yeah.
what
We
we had
went in
asked
the wrong
for.
direction.
So like at least they finally delivered, right?
Mm.
And it is stronger, so it makes it more useful.
Yeah, I mean, I like that number. I'm not against that.
Tuna, what do you think?
I'm
Yeah,
gonna
it's
pass the
fine.
bucket to Tuna.
No,
All
no, I'm
right.
gonna pass it. I'm gonna pass it again. I'm gonna pass it again. I don't
Mm.
really. I'm not. I don't feel too strongly for this guy. I think he's too. I think he's over designed.
Okay.
He's got
So
too much. It's like he looks like an Electabuzz designed by committee.
okay.
Is what he looks
Mm.
like.
So Tangrowth is 44. This is better than Tangrowth.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm just saying, there's too many electric elements. He's got the fur that is electric, the little bulbs on his head that are electric, the
Sure.
wires coming out of his
Sure.
ass that's electric, the
You want a
plug on his
unified
back.
design.
His outlet is
Yeah.
yeah. And then also just like everything about him is just like electricity. Hello. Have you
Yeah.
seen him? Like, yeah, we
Have you
got it,
seen
dude.
have you seen them?
Yeah, we
All right.
got it.
So what number? We need a number.
39. Is that where you wanted it?
I was saying the new 35, 39
Yeah,
would
it's
push
fine.
it below Drifblim. We really
Fine.
think this is worse than the
You can
balloon?
make it the new 30. I'm saying fine. You can make it the new 35. Make it the new 47 for all I care. Um,
All right, where's Shanks? I'll put it at 27, just above it.
no, 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 no,
Alex, all
no,
right.
no,
Suddenly I
no,
care.
no, no.
All right. Well, that's it. That's this week's Pokemon. We're really nearing the end of this list. This to the end of
Are
this
we? How close
generation.
are we?
Yeah, we're getting there. We got what Pokemon? How many we got? We have 80. There's 107, so we have less than 40 left. We have less than 30
Wow.
left.
Whoa.
That's crazy. That's wild.
Yeah, but there's a few coming up that are for me gonna be pushing high.
Oh yeah, same. I mean, we're about to be hitting some real winners. All right. So Tom, you haven't been here in a week. What's
Mm.
been going on?
We
Tom, is
Brooks
that a
birthday.
real Nintendo
It's the
NES behind
Lego.
you or the Lego?
That's the
All right,
Lego
Lego.
one.
all right,
Yeah.
thank you. All right, forget it.
Why?
Continue.
Okay. Um, we celebrated Brooks' birthday last week. That's why I
Oh
wasn't
boy.
here. Had soup
What'd you do?
dumplings. Soup dumplings.
You did soup dumplings?
Yeah, yeah. We went
Okay.
to
Could you literally be more high than you are right now?
what? That's what we
I'm-
Yeah,
did.
you are
No,
you are
This
checked
is
out.
yeah. You are.
You are
What
checked
do you
out in a
mean?
way that
to
I've
take
never
over?
seen.
Do you
Okay,
want
hold on,
Chris and
hold
me
on,
to take
Alex,
over
Alex.
right now?
Alex, you ready? I'm gonna be Tom. I'm gonna be Tom. You
Yeah.
be me. Hold on.
Yeah,
Hold on
I'll
a
be
second.
you. I'll be you. I'll be you. Okay. So Tom, like, what'd you do? What'd you do? You haven't been here in a week. Like, what happened? What went on? What's been going on, man?
Dumplings. Soup dumplings.
Dumplings. That's it. That's all you did.
What? Yeah.
For Brooks' birthday, yeah, that's what we did. But we went to this place called. Went to a place where you could see them being made. They were
Oh.
very good.
Oh, fresh
yeah.
dumplings.
You know
Okay.
how you
Hell
like,
yeah.
go to a place. We used to
Okay.
have this place when I was a kid called Pizza Express where you could see them make the pizza, and we would always sit up at the counter to see them make it. Almost like a
Right.
hibachi, although they're not like serving to you directly, but you see them
Right.
make it, and they're making hundreds of thousands of these fucking things all at once. It's crazy. So we did that. I got my suit.
Well, I'm sorry. Is that unique to any pizza place? I don't know if I've ever gotten pizza somewhere where I couldn't see them make the pizza.
It's literally
No,
part
like,
of the pizza
it's a-
experience. You go walk into any pizza place, there's
What is he
glass
talking about?
right there, right
What's
there.
going on?
The guy's right there slinging pies.
His guy's got the dough in the air. Another guy's putting cheese
There's
on.
guys,
You know,
I mean,
they got the
that is
oven. They got the stick.
quintessential. That is the part of being at a pizza place is the guy throwing the dough in the air and
Yeah.
catch it. Everyone's watching you make a pizza. No,
For a second,
it's no
Alex, for a
pie.
second, I thought to myself, maybe we were spoiled. We grew up on Long Island, very, very place, known for its pizza. And then I thought, wait a second. No, there's never
Yeah.
the fucking grocery store in Delaware where they made pizza. Like you
Dude,
watch
you
them make
walk
them.
into any pizza place, they've got 20 pies. They got 20 cold pies just sitting there behind a glass thing. And there's the guy still making more pizza, even though they got tons of pizzas.
That being said, I've never seen anyone make soup dumplings.
Me neither.
Yeah, so that
It
does
was
sound good.
Very good. It was very good. Yeah, so did that, got the old wedding suit over the weekend, did some stuff with that. So we were in Brooklyn most of it. Yeah. So that was why I wasn't here last week. It was a busy weekend.
Been playing anything, doing anything, reading anything, watching anything?
Yeah, almost finished the final book in the original Annihilation trilogy.
Acceptance.
Acceptance. Correct.
Oh, I'm ahead of you then.
Oh, are you on the final book?
Yes, Tom. This is what
fuck yeah.
I'm on. I'm on Absolution. About halfway through.
Shit,
This is
that's what you were talking about with
the
Tuna.
previously.
Wow.
Yep, I got my e-reader about 2
Yep.
weeks ago. I have churned through several books. I mean, you made them sound good. You convinced me. I read Annihilation, and
Yeah.
it was. I mean, this man knows how to write. He knows how to describe the natural world around him in a way that maybe better than anyone else I've read does.
Yep.
So
Yep.
he paints a literal picture in your mind
Yep.
in it's such an incredibly convincing way for things that should be impossible to actually like kind of conceive.
Dude,
It's incredible.
I was thinking the exact same thing. I was like, I perfectly envision what he is saying, but like when I read it, it is the image it's conjuring in my mind and not necessarily the words, because he writes in like a very initially feeling obtuse way, but
Yeah.
like once it is in your brain, like I know exactly how everything is happening, and I love that because it's one of these things where I was like, it allows the mystery of what is happening to it doesn't tell you you know what I mean? Like,
No, yeah,
it's
yeah.
a part of the
really
thing.
good.
It's really good.
Really
Really good.
So what did you think of Control, the second book, Authority, because
Yeah.
I found that one. I mean, I liked all of them, but that one coming right off of Annihilation, it was like it felt very different and a lot slower. But then, by
Dude.
once you get about a little bit more than halfway into it, there's a turn, and suddenly you care about what's happening in the book so much more.
So I think that it helped that I was getting into the mind of watching and starting Severance.
Sure.
Because
Yes, it feels very
in
much
my
like
head
Severance.
in my head I played. So for anyone, just for added context, it's a book series about a part of America that has become in this bubble. If you've seen the movie Annihilation, it's very
Yeah.
similar
If you
premise.
haven't, if you've seen WandaVision, it's like the WandaVision
Yeah, it's like the Hex
bubble.
and WandaVision. Imagine
Yep.
that. It's changed this place. And the first book is about a team that goes into it. And then the second book is about the people behind the organization that are managing the whole situation. And so in the second book, it changes protagonist to this person, Control. But yeah, I had actors picked out for everyone. So my cast, Chris, I should do the
Yeah, I would like
casting
you before
thing.
next week to come
Yeah.
in. In fact, why don't we'll both do our cast separately and then
Yeah.
see who we picked for what.
I will finish through acceptance before next week, so it will
Yeah.
just be characters for those first three
Yeah,
books
I won't do
altogether.
anything for the
Okay, cool.
fourth one. I expected you
Perfect.
to have finished the fourth one, so I was hoping to do it, but then I spent all weekend at Disney, so that was like my prime reading time was shot.
Fuck
So
yeah. And
it's great.
they're quick books. Like I could
Yeah.
just read, like if I chose to tomorrow, I could finish acceptance easy.
Yeah, they're probably like 5, 6 hours each.
Yeah. And so great books, great stuff. Can't wait to finish and read the next one.
Yeah.
In terms of games,
I was just curious, one
oh
last thing
sure.
about this.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
once you get to that second book and then you get to that third book, you kind of realize they couldn't make these books now as sequels to the movie because of the
No.
changes from the movie.
Yeah.
I really hope one day they adapt the whole series, but
Yeah.
it should be probably like a limited
A
TV
TV show.
series. It
Yep.
should probably be like 2 or 3 seasons,
Yep.
like 8 episodes apiece. I hope that happens one day.
I was actually thinking about it, Chris. Wouldn't it be great if we went back to 24 episode seasons? Because if it was one season of 24 episodes, I could see that for this. And that's honestly how I played it.
Well,
I've been playing it in
that's
my
why I said
mind.
like 3 8 episode seasons.
Yeah, exactly. But I think you just do it as one. You shoot
Yeah,
it
as
as
one.
one because it is.
Sure.
Yeah.
I wish we need old
I
TV
think
back,
it will
man.
happen. I think it.
We
Well,
need-
I think
Oh.
they'll adapt this at least.
We
Old
need
TV
old
needs
TV
to come back big time.
Therese and I have been watching Alias, and it's unbelievable what we used to have and what we
Yeah.
threw it away for. We threw away cable and terrestrial TV for streaming services that give us like an 8 or 10 episode season every couple of years. And that fucking sucks because Alias is the amount of people that are on screen every episode, the amount of like cast that, like also just from like an industry perspective, right? Like they're like hiring like hundreds of background actors every episode. They're like dozens of locate. You can't even do that on like these fucking premiere shows where they spend like $200 million making them, and it like they still have
Yeah.
like small casts and like only a handful
Well,
of locations.
I think we've seen like
Ugh.
12 people total in Severance. If you take out the
Yeah.
latest episode,
I
where
haven't
we
seen
did
it.
see a whole bunch.
I
I didn't want to say anything, but we
Oh,
did see
tonight's episode.
I
Like the
haven't
one
seen
that
last
just
week's.
happened.
last
Or
week's. You
week?
didn't see
Oh, yeah,
last week's. Oh, this is we're in dangerous territory. Tom
Yeah.
High and
Yeah.
spoiling
Yeah,
shit.
yeah, yeah.
I'm gonna be fine.
We're gonna move
I'm gonna
on.
be fine.
We're gonna
I'm
move
not gonna
on
say a
Oh,
fucking
boy.
from
word.
Severance.
I'm gonna
Tom, did you
say
play
a
any
fucking
games
word.
since last week?
Yeah, let's go with that.
Yeah, played. Please clap. Right, Jeb Bush.
Yeah.
I did the entire battle pass in Fortnite, including the bonus rewards. I hit level 200. Thank you. So yeah, that's just been my grind game. And then Brooke and I just keep playing this fucking Path of Exile game. It's very, very fucking good. And anything else? Oh, Armored Core. Have you been
Yes.
playing?
Yes, I have been playing. How far have you gotten?
I beat chapter one, the
Okay.
thing with the thing. You know what I'm talking about.
Yes.
Yeah. So I beat that. I haven't actually put too much time into the game. Like I didn't actually think uh I took long on either of those. I actually think I took longer on that boss right before that, or like that mini boss right before then. That guy was a pain in the ass. Um Enjoying it. It is, I think the primary thing that it does very well is it feels very good to control.
It feels
Which I
really good to control. It's the best
Yeah.
I've ever felt a mech game um, play. It's not still my preferred style of mech. I want them to be a little bit more Gundam. I want them to be a little bit lighter,
Hmm.
a little bit more flying. Like these are more heavy ground based
Yeah.
style mechs, but it is overall the best I think that I've felt on control. Like previously, like Robotech Battlecry, like I played on the GameCube, was probably my favorite, and that's very anime-esque, but it wasn't weighty enough. That was too much of just like, felt just like any third person character that just looked like a robot. This actually feels like it's heavy. Like when this thing
It's
drops,
heavy.
yeah,
I love that.
yeah. What's yours look
It
like?
is Mine is painted like the Evangelion.
Hell yeah, that's a really
So it's like
popular one I've
purple
seen.
and green. Yeah.
Yep, that's cool.
Yeah. It initially was Gundam colored, like white, red, and blue, kind of,
Yeah.
but I didn't like how the colors were, how it was portioning the armor out for them, kind of thing.
Yeah, you have to do what a lot of people other do then is you can go into the individual pieces and you
Right.
can like really detail it. And because I was having the same thing when I did my Gundam colors at first, but then I was able to get it. So like I have the yellow crest and yellow highlights and like the center, like green lights in places. But then you can use the decals and you can cover areas with other color highlights you want. But that took way more work because like the just standard like color sections, if you try and do the Gundams, you're right. It doesn't work very well. It probably
Yeah.
works better for Evangelion just because
Yeah, it
it's just
looked better out
purple
the
and green.
box essentially, like the way that it was looking. And yeah, so I like how it controls. It's funny you bring up that there's a game coming out this year that is like, I'm assuming, a free to play thing. It's called Mecha Break. I played it at New York Comic Con in the fall. It is a kind of I think 3v3 is the mode we played, and it's like capture the point, and it's mechs, very Gundam. Like they
Oh, hell
look
yeah.
like Gundam.
Hell yeah.
And they can transform, right? So they can become, you can go from like fighter jet mode to fucking Gundam thing.
That's what I want.
And it's like, I think it was like hold the
Oh,
point or
this
something.
does look pretty sick.
And
This does
I
this
gotta
looks
say,
pretty sick.
it took a bit. Like it was very, again, it was like it was in development, so that's an important thing to keep in mind here because it isn't even out in early
Yeah.
access yet. But it initially took a minute, but by the time of and we play for like a half hour. I feel like at the end of the half hour, I was starting to understand like how to play and how to control. So I'm actually, that could be, if GTA doesn't come out this year and take over our lives, that could be a fun one for us to try
God, I
out.
hope so.
Hmm.
They
I
said, I
really
mean,
want GTA to come
news.
out this year because then I could just fall into that hole for a couple of months, you
Oh
know?
yeah. Oh, big
The
Like
time.
what a
GTA hole.
distraction that would be. That would be nice. That would be very nice. All right, well that's awesome. That's great. It's very cool.
Yeah. So yeah, like it. I wouldn't say though that I'm loving it. Like I definitely think that it hasn't sunk its hooks in me like a lot of other From Software, like Elden Ring being my last experience where it was like, oh, I'm playing this, like I'm playing it every day. But yeah,
Oh yeah.
so there we go.
Tuna, you have been watching your little one for the last few weeks. So we've played very little walkabout mini golf, and I'm sure it's getting to you because it's getting to me. They put out a
Yeah,
new
so for
mode.
2 weeks, my mom has been sick. My mother-in-law is in Florida. Brittany can't really take off work because they don't really, it's very much frowned upon because they already get off for all the holidays and the summer. And sick days in the New York City Department of Education are only for you. You're not allowed to take a sick day to watch your kid, which I think is disgusting
That's
and
crazy,
awful.
dude.
And like a single working parent, I don't understand. Like, and they're a teacher, I don't understand how they're supposed to do anything. Anyway, so but I can take sick days to watch her. So I did, and it's been a lot. It's been um especially since she's so vocal now and like asks me like, you sit down, she asks you for pretzels, you say okay, you sit down. Then she's like, "Can I have an apple?" I'm like, "Okay." You get up, sit down. "Can I have water?" "Yeah." "Okay." "You want to play Duck Duck Goose with two people?" "Yes." "Okay. We'll play Duck Duck Goose with two people." "Can we go to the basement?" "Okay." "Can I play Mario Kart?" "Yeah."
Do you?
And she
I'm
she
sorry.
plays for like a minute, and then she's running around this basement. She destroyed the DeLorean again. I had to put that shit back together. Has
The
Tom
Craggle's
moved?
coming
Have
soon.
you
The
are you
Craggle's
watching
coming
Tom
soon.
right now? Are you watching Tom? Tom
Yeah.
What?
has
I'm
not
watching
reacted.
you. I'm
He
Well,
watching
is
no,
he's
you.
no. I'm watching. To be fair, Alex, I'm looking at you while you're talking,
yeah, okay,
I'm
fine.
not
looking at
Tom.
you. That's what I'm
He's
doing.
she's messing up this whole basement. She's destroying everything. I had to clean it all up. And then when I took her to gymnastics, and like that's a crapshoot, right? She
Yeah.
comes in, she's like, "Hi, Chloe," like, and then she's like running around, and then sometimes she's doing what they want her to do,
She's
sometimes
saying
she's
hi,
not.
Chloe.
Hi, Chloe. I'm just talking fast right now because I feel
Okay,
like I have not stopped
Chloe.
in
Well,
2 weeks.
here's
It's
a
been
question for
out
you.
of control. So my mom had norovirus. Now she has the flu. So, and we don't have any,
Damn,
that's like what
back
we
to
were
back.
thinking. Like, we don't have any backup care. Like Monday, Wednesdays, Fridays is fine. I can take her to school. She goes to school. I pick her up at 2 and we're done. But Tuesday, Thursdays are tough because I got to be with her the whole day. And then in other news, we are now into I'm afraid of the dark situation.
Whoa.
So she went to
Oh,
bed
sorry. I
and
thought
then
you were
was
saying
like,
she
She's
liked the
watching
TV
the
show.
show.
I'm
"Oh,
afraid.
no, no, no. I mean, we do
Oh, because you're
bedtime."
such a
That's what I was
Nickelodeon freak.
thinking
I know,
too.
I know.
That's
Well,
what
I
I
I
was
was
like,
tried to get her
thinking.
whoa,
into
I
she's a
was
part
like,
of the
that's
Midnight Society.
I tried to get her into Hey Arnold. That was a fail. I tried to get her into Little Bear because I was like, "Oh, Little
Oh,
Bear,
maybe Little
calming,
Bear.
calming, calming." No, she just
Try
wants to
Gullah
watch.
Gullah Island.
No, she wants to watch Peppa Pig. Um, and then weirdly, she wanted to watch the music video for "A Little Respect" by Erasure like 20 times in a row today. So there you go.
she's
Anyway,
gonna have
so no,
great
we
taste,
did
at
we
least.
did bedtime, and then
That's true.
like 5 minutes, 10 minutes later, she's like, "Mama, Mama." So like Brittany goes up there and she's like, "I'm scared." It's like, "What are you scared of?"
I'm
"I'm
scared.
scared of the dark." Like, so yeah, all of a sudden now that's a thing.
Does she not have a nightlight?
Well, we've never had this situation happen, so we put on a nightlight
No.
and we'll see what happens. And the
Get her
other
one of
thing
those
now
like
is,
galaxy projectors.
well, the other thing now too is that she still wore a nighttime diaper, right, for
Sure.
like going to bed. But
She's only
now,
what, 3?
yeah. So, but
Right. Yeah.
now she's just transitioning now to just on her own, holding it.
Okay.
But she's like waking up at 4 o'clock in the morning and being
Gotta
like,
go.
"Mama, I gotta go," and it's like, oh God.
Yeah.
And then she finagles her way into our bed. So I've not slept very well. Brittany
Yeah.
hasn't slept very well. Avery hasn't slept very well.
Yeah.
It's just been I haven't played any mini golf. They came out with a mini mode where you can be small on these courses, and I'm like itching to
I
play,
mean,
but I
like one
can't
of our
play.
favorite things in the world in video games. They literally like the press release they put out is we know how much everyone loved playing like the holiday hideaway because you get to be like small in the world. So we
Yep.
made a mini mode. And out of respect for you, Tuna, I have not played it yet. I have
Yeah.
waited. I thought about asking you today, and then when I could read the despair in your text responses about playing, and I was like, no, I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait so we can play it together because it'll be more fun for him. He needs this. He needs
Tomorrow I
this.
can play from when I
I'll get
drop
up
her
early.
off.
I'll get you what because the other day you were like, I can play at like whatever time. I think
Yeah.
you said like 12:30. You were like, I'm good till like 12:30. And I was like, oh, okay,
Right, right,
cool.
right.
But I thought you meant my time.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah.
Right.
But
So
I can
yeah,
play at like
I have
8:30
a hard
tomorrow.
out. I have a hard out at 1:30 where I'm like, I gotta go pick her up.
Okay.
What else has happened? I we we watched. I know this is like old news, but we watched another OJ documentary on Netflix. Which, by the way, Netflix can go fuck itself. I'm
Yeah.
genuinely considering canceling it now because how fucking dare you raise prices on me
Again.
now?
Yeah.
How
Yeah.
dare you?
Yeah.
Like your content, you don't even have the content
I'm
you
thinking
had
about canceling it until
six,
Stranger
seven
Things
years
comes
ago.
out. I
Yeah, I was
might
thinking the same thing. Like
start doing
we
that with
don't
all
need
these
it.
things. Just
We don't
canceling
need
it
it.
unless there's something I'm watching. And you
Yeah.
know what's going to happen if people start doing this? They're just going to
Mm.
make you pay for years, like a year
Yeah.
up front.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
lock you into things.
Yeah. They'll lock me
And
in. But it's
then
yeah.
I'm just going to start pirating stuff again,
Right. Yeah, exactly. Well, that's the thing.
which
It's
in the
like,
past I would never tell people to do. But like, you know what? Fuck them. Fuck the
well, what's
billionaires.
crazy is that you and I we pay for Peacock and I still got to
Yep.
watch a bunch of ads
Yep.
on Peacock. And I'm like, go fuck yourself, dude. Like this is insane. Like the amount of money combined
Yeah.
of all the streaming services, I think is now maybe encroaching into what cable was 10 years ago for us.
I think it
Definitely.
might be
Spent it.
more. I think it
I
might be
think it's
more now.
now.
Yeah, I think it's more.
With all of it?
If you have every major service, especially if you have the highest tier, it's absolutely
Yeah,
more.
especially
one
if
we
like
don't
if you
have
want
is
to replace
like
cable
20
because you want
bucks is like
sports
the general
access,
is at
you know.
20
and I
bucks
pay
is like
I
the
pay the
average
10
price
extra
now.
for the tennis channel on
I
because that's
pay
like
the
the only
10
sport I
extra
Yeah,
like.
but if you need like
the
ESPN
tennis
Plus, so you can
channel.
watch football. If you know, like
Yeah. But what okay, fine. Okay. So anyway, we watched the OJ documentary on Netflix. Surprise,
yeah,
surprise. He 100% did it.
yeah, of course.
And I can't believe there's anybody who even thinks that he didn't. Um,
If the
but
glove doesn't fit,
if the glove don't fit, you must have quit. But you know what? I'm not going to go into it
not
because
only did he get OJ off, but he forced
well,
the Kardashians onto us.
yeah. Well, it also reminded me of a certain situation that's going on now with the idolization of a particular person or
Right.
group, whatever,
Who will not
so
be
they
named,
can do no
sure.
wrong. But we're not going to get into that,
No,
right?
we're
So
not.
we're just going to leave it. We're going to leave that on the
We're here to
table.
talk about video games and fun
Video
plays.
games, right?
Yep.
So the other thing I did was I checked out a little bit, like a little tiny bit of Heresy in Destiny 2 by myself, and jumped in.
Oh, thanks for the invite.
Well, I just said by myself. Well, it was really quick. It was like a really quick jump in. Plus, you said you don't really want to do it anymore. You were like, "Yeah, Destiny."
Oh, I mean, I still have it downloaded.
All right, fine. So anyway, so checked it out by myself, and it was a good,
Good.
right? It kind of was like a first person roguelite Hades type thing where you get booms
Oh.
and yeah, there's like a dungeon you get boom like every so you get like, oh look, my grenades are buffed or my damage is buffed, but I also
Oh.
take more damage.
I didn't know that
Uh,
this was what we were getting.
Yeah. So yeah, checked it out again alone, and it was a good. I thought it was good. I mean, I wasn't like blown away, you know.
Yeah.
And then as usual, I went back into Roller Coaster Tycoon at night
Yep.
because I needed a video game
Dude,
fix. The other thing I did was I played
where do you play
Star
that on?
Fox 64 iPad, Star Fox 64 on my Switch, and that game holds up. So really
Yeah.
like it.
Yeah.
Are you excited for Civilization 7? You get it on
No,
the
because I
Switch.
tried Civilization.
Oh, that's part of our
6,
news. But yes.
and I didn't really like it. I found it to be like almost too complicated.
That's everything that I've heard about that, and I've tried to play that game, and that's what I felt as well. But I have a feeling, Alex, that that's a game
Yes,
that
Christian?
like if you put the time into it, it will
Well,
click.
yeah. Well,
But, like-
here's my other thing with Roller Coaster Tycoon, right? Roller Coaster Tycoon and
Yeah,
Roller
yeah.
Coaster Tycoon 2 and all the expansions for
Oh,
those
you're
two
playing
games.
one or two?
It's just Roller Coaster Tycoon on iPad. It has everything.
Oh, okay, great.
The balloons again.
Oh, did I really?
Yeah, you got the balloons again.
I don't know.
Anyway,
We'll never know.
yeah, we'll never know
never
why it
figure
happens.
it out.
Maybe it just happens at a certain time.
It's the AI. Yeah.
Anyway, no, but that's the whole thing with Roller Coaster Tycoon for me is that it's relatively simple to play and easy, and like you can jump right in. Whereas the new, like Planet Coaster and the other like amusement park kind of developing games are just so fucking complicated that I don't have the time to like
Sure.
get into it. Like
Sure.
for Roller Coaster Tycoon is literally
Oh,
a
Jesus. Zuko. Sorry.
Okay. Roller Coaster Tycoon is like a 64, whatever, 256 block grid by 250, and you just it's easy.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that's that. Trying to think if anything else happened. No,
Did you play Sim City back in the day?
I did, and I
Yeah.
actually tried the Sim City that came out like a decade ago,
Mm.
but I didn't like it because you all it let me do, from what I remember, was I developed like zones instead of specific
Oh,
buildings. It
interesting.
was like, here's my industrial. I don't remember,
There's
something
those
like
City
that.
Skyline games. Those like the
Yeah.
modern like people play those, I think. Yeah, I was a big fan of those back in the day.
Hell yeah.
Age of Mythology. That was my like PC.
I
Caesar
think
3 was mine. Love Caesar
games
3.
like Sim City, The Sims Civilization, all these games that worked amazing with a mouse are going to be fucking sick on the new Switch because of the
Hmm.
mouse controller. I think that's going to be absolutely awesome. Um, so I played a lot of games since we last spoke.
You also went to Disney
I
twice.
did. Yeah, sure. I could start off topic. I had it. So Therese has been away. She always has a lot of work around Pro Bowl and the Super Bowl and stuff. So she was away a lot for the last 2 weeks, which is why I was recording out of my living room.
Hmm.
Um, and so I was like, you know what? Gonna have a double Disney weekend last weekend. It was supposed to be a single day, and then she had to move her
Double
plane, so then
dose.
I got a double day. I
Double
think
dose of
I set a
Disney.
new speed record. I think I set a new speed record. I kind of want to look up to see if there are Disney speed runs. Um,
Oh,
Okay.
but I'm
that
gonna
has
read
to be
you my
right.
Sunday. I'm gonna read you my Sunday, and I probably would have done better if I was just like if I was just going for speed, I would have done better
Mm.
because I also would have gotten there earlier. I got in at 8:35. So I got there, a little like half an hour after open. 8:45 Indiana Jones. 9 o'clock Haunted Mansion. So it took me like that's the thing. If you get there like 10 a.m. is when people really start to show up at Disney. So the first
Hmm.
2 hours, if you get there, rides, you're going from one ride to another 15, 20 minutes tops. Like almost no wait time. So at 8:35, 10 minutes later, I'm on Indiana Jones, 8:45, 10 minutes, 15 minutes later, Haunted Mansion. And that includes like 8:45 is when I got in line, like when I got like admitted to the ride essentially, like from outside. So I rode Indiana Jones. Like I went through the line, rode it, and walked to Haunted Mansion by 9. So like
Mm.
basically zero wait.
Right.
9:20 Thunder Mountain. 9:35 Space Mountain, got a churro. 9:50 Star Tours. 10:10 Millennium Falcon, Smuggler's Run. 10:45 Rise of the Resistance. 11 o'clock, I got Cold Brew from Docking Bay
Mm.
7. Dude,
Hmm.
I have not been having these and I regret it. It is so good. They have this, it's just regular cold brew, but they have this like cold cream foam on the top, but it's not very sweet. And then they have Cocoa Puffs on top of that. It's really good. I thought it was going to be like sickeningly sweet. And then I saw like a reviewer who was like, these are the best things to eat at Disneyland. I was like, you know what? I actually don't eat a ton when I go there often, unless like when I went with Tom
Mm.
and I got high and I wanted to eat everything. Um, so I was like, okay, let me try it. And I got a Ronto wrap as well. That was at 11. 11:25, Mickey and Minnie Runaway Railway. 11:40, Thunder Mountain. 11:50, Pirates of the Caribbean. Back to back to back. It's like in 25 minutes, 3 rides.
Mm.
12:20, California Adventure. Because now I had to go all the way to the other park. Incredicoaster, 12:40. 110, Radiator Springs Racers. 120, I got wine and a large soft pretzel from the Sonoma Terrace where they have like a fake mini like Napa Valley, like Sonoma Valley wine. Like they even have like it, actual like wine grapes growing. Like it's supposed to be like, oh, you're at a vineyard where you can go and like drink and eat.
Mm.
um, and then finally ended up at Soarin' around the world at 145. So 5 hours, 10 minutes, 13 rides, 3 snack stops. Pretty good.
The snack
That's
stops.
crazy.
17,000 steps.
Oh wow.
Nice.
It's great. It's a great day. Picked
Hmm.
up some Disney shirts, and then I went home. I was home by 3 o'clock. It was awesome. In and out. It's a
In
good
and
time.
out. Nice.
Um, so here's some games I want to talk about that I've played. Some of them I
Okay.
played very little, so I don't have a lot to say. So I'll get those out of the way first. Out on Game Pass, and I just tried it today. Lonely Mountain Snow Riders. You guys familiar with this?
No.
I'm familiar with Lonely Mount, the bike one,
Yeah, Lonely
which I guess
Mountain
was the
Downhill
previous
we
one.
did as a Game
We
Pass Game Club
played
game years ago.
yes, it was one of the first ones. It was
Yes,
like
it
one of the
was.
first games we
It was one of
played.
the first Game
Yes.
Club games. Well, now they
Yeah.
have an update. That was a 2019 game. So they have a new game, Snow Riders. It's a skiing game. Same conceit. You just start at the top of the mountain. You're gonna fucking ski. It's fun. It's fun as hell. It's on Game Pass. Highly recommend we play it. I feel like everyone we should check it out. It's like a good time. It's a
Hmm.
good time. It's a fun little game. If you want to like chill, like it's a chill, fun game to play. Um, don't really have much to say about that. I played 20 minutes of it, but I did want to bring it to your attention because I think you guys would both find it like, charming and fun. I don't think any of us would be playing this for like hours on end, but it is certainly like it's good to get some variety in, you know? Good to
Mhm.
get some variety in. Um, Another game that I was playing, we already talked about was Armored Core. Uh, Today I downloaded and played the demo for the Blueprints. For Blueprints. Sorry, it's not but
Oh,
Blueprints,
yes.
Tom's Fantasy Critic game. Holy fuck. This
Hmm.
game rules.
Oh, wow.
I feel really bad because I don't it's only right now set to come to Steam. So I wonder how long it'll take before it can hit a console for Tuna. But
Hmm.
boy, is this game really something special. That like by the way, I'm playing this game and all I keep thinking is this should be in VR. This game
Hmm.
should be in VR. So Alex, I talked to you about it last week briefly,
Hmm.
but now that I've played it, I actually understand how it works a lot better. So when you start the game, you walk into, the main entrance, and in the main entrance, you have a door on each side of you and one in front of you. So you're in a square room. All the rooms in the building are essentially square, right? Because you have a blueprint grid that is the entrance, and then there's like the goal, which is all the way at the other side. And it's basically a 5 by, I would guess, I never counted it, but I would guess it's maybe by like 15 tall. So you can go essentially 2 rooms to the side and then up. And so there's 3 doors, you got north, west, and east. You go and you open a door. I know I jumped around
Hmm.
in a weird order there. Uh, let's say you go to the right door, you go to the east door, you go to open
Right.
it. 3 options will come up. It'll be like, oh, what room do you want to be on the other side of this door? And it'll be
Hmm.
like, do you want the parlor? And the parlor will have the door you come in from, and then a door that is on one of the other. Like it'll depend. It'll show you like what shape that room will take place. So some of them might be like a T, some of them might be like an L, some of them might just not
Okay.
have another door. But like
Right.
ultimately, you need to get to the other side of this map, and you're gonna build the house like as you're going through it. But you need to acquire things like sustenance, like so you get enough steps so that you can continue to travel through the house. Like money, items, objects, like to like because there will be puzzles that you will have to get through and things you have to acquire. Like I found a security room, and the security room let me look at security cameras of all the rooms that currently exist in the house and things like that. The parlor room is my favorite one because inside the parlor room, what do you think there is? Of course, there's a parlor game and there's a puzzle game, and it's like there are 3 boxes, and each box has a statement on it, and one box always lies, and one box always tells the
Huh.
truth. The third
Okay.
box doesn't necessarily like always lie or tell the truth. So
Hmm.
I've done the room 3 different times. I've had a different puzzle experience with that same conceit every time. Like
Right.
it wasn't this. It's not like the guy with the 2 doors where it's like, oh,
Right.
it's always the same solve. It was actually a different solve for each one, and I fucked it up the first time because I thought it was going to work differently than it did.
Hmm.
It's really cool. I opened a closet because I was like, okay, I'm going to open this, but I'm basically killing this pathway now on my blueprints because it's a closet. But in the closet, I knew that I was going to get 2 items. It told me if I choose the closet, it'll have 2 items. I don't know what one of them is, but luckily I did choose that because I got a key and I got a sledgehammer. So then later I was able to open a door I wouldn't have been able to open. I was able to open a chest I wasn't able to open. So like it was a bit of a roll of the
Mhm.
dice, but doing that roll of the dice let me continue further into the house. But eventually I did lock myself in. And what's cool is like I had a room, I had several doors on it, but I ended up cutting its own pathway off. And so then when you go back to that room, the door's boarded up. Like you can't, that door doesn't work anymore because how could it? It's very cool. It's a weird genre to define because it's definitely an escape room, but it's like a generative escape room. It's going to change every time you play it. So it's a puzzle game, but it's also almost like a roguelike because you're going to be getting different, how you solve it will be different every time. And you're
Hmm.
probably not going to solve it, the vast majority of times you play it.
Right.
It's really cool. This game, it needs to be in VR. Like it would be
Right.
fucking unbelievable to play this game in VR and walk through this house. But yeah, that game is absolutely enormous. That is going to be one of the best games of this year. I can tell you right now. Like I cannot wait
Yeah.
for that game to come out. In fact, Alex, so much so that like this game might be so good that it might be like with Inscription where I'm gonna have to figure out how to set this up so that you can like
Oh my God, remember
fucking
that?
remote in and play. Remember,
Holy
Tom?
shit.
So Alex could play Inscription off of my PC. I let the PC run, and
Oh
he
Oh
yeah.
logged
my
in with the virtual
God.
desktop on Steam and played through his iPad.
Yeah, I played through the I
I'm
was did I have a kid then or was that pre-kid?
Yeah, you're.
She would have
Gosh, I
been
don't
very
know.
young. She would have been young.
Yeah, she was young because it was when I was playing softball.
It
So
was after
so
I remember
2021.
having to text you
yeah,
sometimes and be like, can you turn your computer back
yeah.
on? Or can you move your
But this
mouse? I
game
think your
would
computer
honestly
is on
work
sleep mode.
just as well because there's nothing you have to time. It is you and
Yeah.
the house, and that's it. So I have a feeling that we are going to be doing something like that again, so that you can stream this fucking game because this is gonna be a big game, and I can't wait for it. Um, The other game I played today, and I played this for a little bit, and so I never played the other games that are similar to it. Gosh, I can't even recall what they are, but this game is called The Headliners. And in The Headliners, you are a press photographer, and you and up to three other press photographers. It is a multiplayer online game, so I just joined like a server where people are playing. You
Mhm.
buy press gear, so cameras, and you buy flashlights and things, but you also want to get like a backpack and things to protect you and heal you because what's happening out in the city is that shit's going wild in the city.
Mhm.
There are aliens, there are monsters, there's zombies, there are people getting killed, and you go out and you have to take like the best, craziest photos and then like get back on the helicopter. And like the highest scoring photos are what win this. Alex is taking a photo of Tom. Uh,
I'm watching Chris. Like I'm
I
not.
know.
Yeah, I know, but
I'm listening to him.
it's like
What's
the
also amazing about this is the boomer equivalent of like, like a boomer taking a picture of a TV. Like this is
Yeah.
going to be on the internet. Like you could just
Yeah.
grab.
I know, but
The
I wanted
screen
to send it
grab.
right now.
I wanted to
I
send it
wanted to
right
send it
now.
now.
If I hit it, I'll do this. I'm gonna move Chris and you up to the top. So my eye is more looking toward the camera and not like down.
One eye. So like one eye is able to use now because one of the other eyes shut down. The other eye's probably like, look at his face.
The only reason I
He's like,
don't do that,
it's
Tom,
like,
is because
what's
you and I are
so?
on an angle. So I have yours and mine so that we're both looking in, and Alex looks straight. So I always have you on the top left, me on the top right,
Mm,
and Alex in the bottom middle. Because I would prefer to put myself on the bottom, but then I'm just looking away, basically, and same
hmm.
with you.
Um, yeah.
So yeah,
So that's
the
funny.
headliners you
That's
play
funny.
press photographer. Tom, do you know what these games are like? The ones where you play? Do you know what I'm talking about? There's like two that came out in the last year that are similar. Like you
Take photos.
or like video, like you take clips. Lethal Company. It's kind of like
Oh, I never played it. I
I
didn't
haven't
play
played it
that.
either. I've wanted to
Yeah.
play these things. If they ever come to console, like the three of us playing that would be so much fun. I feel like. But I checked and those games aren't. And then the last game, I think Alex and I should talk about because although we did this on the podcast, we only did it for our Spartans last week. We did it during the post show. We played a new indie game that's coming out called Locator.
Got it.
Tuna, what'd you think?
I liked it. I thought it was a cool concept. The funny thing about it is that Chris was like, well, "I got a surprise for you." Well, not a surprise, but he's like, "I got an idea for the post show. We're gonna play this game Locator." He put it on the screen, and by just coincidence, I had seen a YouTube video about that game the night before.
Hmm.
So I was like, I actually wanted to try this game out, but obviously I can't because I have no way to do. But so it's basically like GeoGuessr, and you're shown pictures, and you're given you're shown 3D pictures, and you have to pick out where that picture was taken on a 2D map using other clues, so some other clues that were given
Uh,
in like
like
a journal format.
It's
But
like it's GeoGuessr. It's a
right, but it's the
GeoGuessr
planet.
game.
It's the real world. It's not a game world.
It's not a real world. It's a
no,
game
it's a game
world.
world.
Oh, it
Yeah.
is a game
This
world.
So
person
you're
made like a
given the map.
mist-like island.
Yeah, it's a mist-like island, and you're given a map,
Oh, you
or
can walk around it.
No, no, no.
no.
This person like built this island, right? And
Yeah.
then walked around and took the photos. And then we
Oh,
get to see the map and the photos that they
The
took in the
photos.
real 3D island. So
okay.
like they built this island that we don't get to explore, but we have to geoguess
Okay,
where the
let's just
locations are.
say, right? This isn't a spoiler, right? You have a map. You have a map, an overhead map of my house, right?
Yeah.
And there's a picture that was taken, and you can see on the left, where on the right, that there's a car, right? And there's so you would then pick, right? The front of my house is where the picture was taken because the thing is they're not the backyard, say, or the side or
Right.
whatever. So you would put a pin in where you think the person was standing who took that picture based on what you can see in the 3D and then your top down view.
Yeah. I mean, hey, Tom, you could just watch the video, yeah, but
Oh boy.
the I don't think this is a spoiler because we basically played like what is the equivalent of the tutorial, Alex. But like
Mm.
you crash land on this alien planet. And so like there's a crash ship and there's like a fire and there's things like that. So it's like, oh, I'm able to see that. But like the things we can see, how on the map could I see this specific view?
What's the objective? Is I guess what I'm
It's the same
confused
as
by.
GeoGuessr. It's to get as close to the
Oh,
mark
well,
as possible.
so the woman who took the pictures is
So it's
missing.
you're not
And
guessing the worlds of other games. That's what I was
No,
confused
no, no,
by.
no. No, this
You're ge-
person built
Gotcha. Gotcha.
an
Makes way
alien
more sense
island.
now. Got
Yeah.
it.
And
Cool.
and
That
there's
is
more
cool.
puzzle to it because as it went on, each round it's played essentially in rounds. So like you get a round and that round has three images and and they're all kind of connected somehow. So like once you find that general area, they're going to be somewhat connected to each other. They're telling a bit of a narrative because it's like, oh, the person took this photo, then this one, then this one. And so you're able to kind of like follow a story as you're going. But then as it went on, they got more complicated. And there was one where we were legitimately like, I don't know what we're supposed to do here. But then we remembered, like, oh, we had like a journal about this planet. And that journal gave us information
Mm,
that was able, because like looking at the image, it was like these three things are exactly the same. So we had to like read the journal to be able to learn enough information to then deduce that answer. It's a very cool puzzle game. It's a really clever idea. I think that's also going to be a really big game this year when that comes out. Um, yeah, it's cool.
very cool. Oh, am I
any
Um,
news?
wait, I
am I
think Tom's
frozen for
feed
you
is
guys?
frozen. Yeah,
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
yeah, we
Oh,
can hear you, but
interesting.
you're frozen.
That's weird. Okay.
Do you want to stop and come back? You want to leave and come back?
Yeah, one sec. I think it might be OBS is frozen. Yeah, weird.
Why are you even using OBS? Why not just pick the camera and microphone?
Because I have a lot over the camera through OBS. Oh my God. Brilliant. Not responding. Cool.
I will use this opportunity to grab a drink.
Yes, do. We're gonna end that. We're gonna. Sorry about that. Hopefully we can. Yeah, I made some modifications to my fucking setup. So it's still a little wonky. Okay, there we go. I'm back. Bizarre. Yeah, so I have with that camera, Chris, it's
Hmm.
set in log, and then it's feeding into OBS, and then it's set up so that there's a lot and everything in
Got it.
OBS. And so I need to figure out how I can have this set up, but also stream a different thing. Because I'm gonna have to figure that out.
Yeah, can't you just like set up different profiles?
I can, but can I? So the way that it works in OBS is that,
No, like
yeah,
on like you're on the PC, right?
yeah.
Can you
Let
just
me,
make a
if I
second
do
user
this,
on that PC?
what do you mean?
Just make a new user profile on that PC and just log into that for like some things like unranked streaming and this and that,
Oh,
and then
that's
make this
smart.
user. And then that
Oh,
way you
that's
never
yeah.
have to like fuck
Never the
with.
twain shall meet.
Yeah, because I understand like
Yeah,
having tried to deal with OBS and wanting to blow my brains out, that even though you can save things and it loads in the exact same preferences that you had, it doesn't mean it's going to work. In fact, it probably won't. And then you're
yeah,
going to sit there pulling your hair out for hours.
yeah.
So
I
I would
like don't want
just
to switch it
make a
off from this.
completely separate user
That's such a
profile on the
yeah.
computer.
I've never thought about doing that. It's always
That's what
just
I would do.
been mingled and mixed, but I should do something like that.
It
There
would
you
be
go.
easier for then you just be like, cool, this shit's over here. It's not messing with any of my other shit.
Yep. Yep. I
All right.
like that.
So yeah, played a lot of different games. I also hear this other, I don't know what it's called, but I hear there's another Game Pass game that came out that is pretty sick. But
Citizen
yeah,
Sleeper.
no, not
Oh,
that one, but yes. No, but yes.
no, but yes.
No, but yes.
People seem to be really into
Um,
this Kingdom Come Deliverance 2.
yeah,
I haven't checked it out because
I've heard about
I'm
that
not
too.
gonna start it before Avowed comes out.
I think we are ready for some. Yeah, yeah, we are. Oh,
Oh,
it's time for the news.
yeah, it is.
Speaking
Why?
of Citizen Sleeper, we have our first updates to our fantasy critic scores. So two games have come out. Tom's going for 5 games has earned 16 points with Citizen Sleeper garnering an
Oh,
86.
Mm.
And Alex's Optics and Design
Mm.
has come out with Sid Meier's Civilization 7 and earned 12 points with an 82. And I also picked up a game because I had dropped a Hyperlight Drifter, um,
Breaker.
Breaker, sorry, Hyperlight Breaker. You know, right before I said it, I was like, which one is it? I picked up another. My entire team is long shots of not technically announced for this year. Half-Life 3. I picked up Half-Life 3.
Okay.
Alex, did you change your name or were you always Optics and
I
Design?
was always because you
Oh,
picked up
okay.
you picked
Feel-
macro data refinement, so I
Yeah,
went
yeah.
with optics and design.
Tom should just change his to like Lumen or
Yeah,
something.
I know. Yeah, I don't know. He didn't get the memo.
Oh, I can do that. I can do that.
I got to win this season because Tom's Mr. going for 5 and
Yeah.
it is 4-2 to 0. So I gotta win this season just to so that his 4 seems a lot less impressive.
Yep.
All right, Tom, what other gaming news has come
What
about?
other news has hit the town this week? Grab your feet. Come on, it's a treat. Okay, so the big one is Take-Two had its earnings call today. If you're listening now, that was yesterday. And basically the big headline, I mean, not going to call, of course they're going to say this. Strauss Zelnick basically saying, we feel good about GTA 6 coming out in the fall. In an interview with IGN, Take-Two boss Strauss Zelnick said there is, quote, always a risk of slippage, isn't there always? but he feels, quote, really good about the game making it out on time in fall 2025. Quote, look, I think the game is eagerly anticipated both internally and externally. We don't know that Rockstar seeks perfection. I never claim success before it occurs. I'm fond of saying arrogance is the enemy of continued success. So we're all running scared and looking over our shoulders, and we know that the competition is not asleep. Our whole organization is super excited. So there you go. So I think it really is. I think it's more in favor that it will come out this year. I do think that they believe that, but
It's
I do
so
also
crazy
think,
we might get a new Nintendo console and a new GTA this year.
I mean, it will be, both of those things will be such a boost to, I mean, as long as
To those two
tariffs.
companies.
Yes. Well, yes. I mean, yes, but it will juice sales
It will.
numbers
It
of
will.
games because more games are going to be, the Switch 2 is going to be more capable.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
because here's the thing, a lot of developers like that, like Square Enix, for example, it's rumored that those Final Fantasy games that have come out on PlayStation are going to come to Xbox. So the 7 remake games and 16, right? But that's not going to move the needle. But
No.
those games on a Switch 2, the selling copies on that is going to move the needle for these games. And then on the inverse, GTA 6 is going to sell hardware, guaranteed, if it comes out this year. So it will have, both of those should have a pretty big ripple effect.
Yeah. All right, so we had a little technical glitch. Tom, the last thing I heard you say is that
the Switch 2, the Nintendo, the company.
Yeah, you were talking about the Final Fantasy games coming will be helpful.
Oh,
essentially.
Okay, yes. There'll be a boon to it'll be a boon to those kinds of games with Switch 2, and then GTA 6 will sell consoles. So both fronts should get a boost and hopefully ignite a bit of, and the thing is like, if you look at the data, it's crazy because it really is just, it's been on a decline from the height of COVID, but it's still, the problem is that at the turn of the 2010s, we transitioned more and more into live service, microtransactions, like additional ways to monetize games beyond the initial money that went out. So more like a ridiculous amount more money flew into video games in the 2010s, and that just kept growing and growing and growing until it gets to Fortnite. So it was growing so much in the 2010s, and then you hit that 2020 mark, and then fucking COVID like skyrockets that even more. So it's like it goes up at an even steeper fucking path. And then now is the first time that it has actually like retracted from continued growth for like 11 or 12 years.
Well,
and
it's also just unsustainable at a certain point.
Oh, 100%. 100%. And just the fact that it is like still such a, it's crazy. I don't know how how the industry is going to react, even if these games do sell more on Switch 2, even if GTA 6 moves a ton of new hardware. I'm really curious as to what the effect is going to be. But speaking of Switch 2, and Chris was mentioning earlier the Joy-Con feature, the mouse feature, a patent application seems to confirm that the Switch 2 will have mice controls. Publicly revealed on February 6th, it includes an early schematic for the new Joy-Con, which it describes as the input device. The patent also states that it has a sensor for mouse operation, which functions in a similar way that normal mice work with computers. And in the images, I don't think. Oh, here it is. Yes.
The thing that interests me the most is they show both Joy-Cons being used as mice at the same time. And dude, one of the first thoughts, not the first, but one of the first thoughts I had was like, let me pilot a fucking mech. Let me pilot like right? Because you also have the joysticks, so you using both the joysticks and those, you could operate like controls of the mech. You could still operate the camera, and you still have access to the there's some cool weird shit they can try and do for sure.
Yeah, and I didn't even think about the fact that you would have the nub. You would still have the thumbstick available on the thumb,
Mm.
um, even when using the mouse. So I was like, oh, there really is. If they can figure out a way to that you can do this comfortably on your lap and it works, it's gonna be, I think, actually
Yeah,
like a game, a game changing. It could be a game changer.
it could be awesome. Could be sick.
Yeah. And yeah, like they're fucking dual wielding these things. It's fucking, yeah, very cool. Yeah. And then you got the side. Yeah. Cool stuff. Other things, it seems to have leaked the Metal Gear Solid Delta will be out August 28th this year. It leaked through PSN. You could go onto PlayStation Network and there would be like a trailer and a banner for the game saying August 28th. It obviously got taken down, but yep. I mean, it was very obvious that that game was going to come out this year. At least that's what the rumors were pointing to, and August 28th sounds correct. So there you go for that.
Hell yeah.
Um,
Tom, can you look at our messages?
oh, messages. Oh, here we go. Let's see. Amazing.
This is like it's like one of those like choose your fighter, but they're all like kind of
these
fucked
are
up
all my
looking.
sleep paralysis demons.
Why does mine look like I have such a big egghead?
Yeah, it's so
What the
fucking
fuck?
funny. He
What
looks
the
like
fuck?
the leader
I look
from
like an alien.
X-Men. It's so fucking funny. Um,
Alex
there you go.
looks like the kind like wait, Alex, can you do me a favor? Can you
What?
drop your glasses down like the guy on Severance? You kind of look like I mean with the fucked up angle, you kind of do look like him with the beard.
All right, news.
All
Continue.
right.
News.
No,
Sorry.
no.
Sorry.
That's I think pretty much it for the week.
Oh man. Wow, I mean we got a late start. We're pretty
Long in
deep
the
into
tooth.
this already, aren't we?
We are.
Oh my goodness. All right. Let's see here.
State of play rumored for next week as well. PlayStation.
Oh,
Yeah.
I think because we got a post show. We got a post show to do.
We got a post show.
Mm.
I think we,
Tap it in.
yeah, I
Tap
think
it,
that's what we
unwrap
do.
it.
We should. You guys should check out the Lonely Mountain
No bike.
snow riders.
Right.
Check it out. Check it out. Check out the skiing game. And we could all talk about that next week. We got to play Walkabout Mini Golf Mini Mode. We're doing that
Yep.
next week, and who knows what else. But until then, stay unranked.
Suck it.
Oh, you know what? I got a tack on. I got a tack on.
Huh?
I got a tack on here.
Attack on
Not
Titan.
Attack on Titan. I got to tack on onto the episode. We got to post. This isn't the post show, but it's going to be a cold close, if you will.
Okay.
I was on a podcast this week. Should have shared
Thanks-
this earlier.
Thanks
I was
for
on
the
my
invite.
buddy Steven Ray Morse's
Thanks for the
podcast, See
invite.
Jurassic Right. I was on See
Mhm.
Jurassic Right. We talked about the new Jurassic trailer.
Oh yeah, the
Stevens-
one that you thought was okay and Tom did not like.
Yeah, I think it's
I thought it was
Look,
fun. I
it's-
didn't think it was like, oh, a
Yeah, I think it's fine.
travesty. It just didn't do anything for me. I wasn't like
there's-
suddenly now jazzed to go see it.
I mean, I am and I'm not. I'm of two minds about it. It's just
You love Jurassic Park though.
I love Jurassic Park.
He's not a worldie.
I think the first Jurassic World was like that was enjoyable, and then the second and the third one were like not good movies.
Wait, there have been two since Pratt?
Oh yeah.
There was a second trilogy
made
with Chris
3.
Pratt.
Yeah, they made
Wow.
3.
And they
I only saw
had
the one.
the OGs. They had Elliot Sattler,
Yeah,
Alan
the
Grant.
very
They had
end. Yeah.
Ian Malcolm. They
really?
were all in the third one. Yep.
Yeah, which is, and that's the thing is like when I remember seeing the trailer and they just like basically recreated moments from the original Jurassic
A
Park
little bit.
with them older, and
Yeah,
I
a
was
little
like,
bit.
fuck. That actually might get me, and then like I didn't go see it. So there's
Here's
nothing
what I'll
in
tell
this
you.
that is like making me. Yeah.
Every scene with them is the only good scenes in that movie.
Oh, I'm
And luckily they're
sure.
in the movie for like a lot more than you would actually like guess. But that's the stuff I liked about it. The problem with this new one for me that I'm worried about the fact that it's just they just keep doing more, like more like okay, what if we just give you more
Yeah,
dinosaurs?
what
And
if
it's
it's
like the
the
best
T-Rex
Jurassic
but
Park has the
worse?
least amount of dinosaur. And it's not an action movie, right? Like all the main characters, they're
Yeah.
like a lawyer, a scientist, a businessman, another
Mm.
scientist, children. And this one's like, what if it's fucking more people with guns? And I'm like, it's not necessarily like what I'm looking for. That being said,
Yes.
it's the guy who directed Rogue One. It's the guy who helped write who like wrote the first Jurassic Park. He also took some stuff from the original books that weren't used in the original movie and stuff and in putting them. So there are a lot of, and the cast is interesting. So there's a number of things about this that are like on paper this should be a really cool movie, but conceptually it's not what I want out of Jurassic Park. So I'm like, I could be excited for this, but I don't know if I should be because I might not like it again. So I don't know. We'll see. But
Well, a
we talked about it
movie.
for like an hour. So